What's going on, guys? It's Cameron from CamDeeGaming. Today I'm going to be giving you some tips on how you can get 4+ kills with Junkrat's Riptire in order to unlock his Roadkill achievement or trophy and get his cute spray. That's coming up. Alright guys, so Junkrat's Roadkill achievement, the exact description says kill 4 enemies with a single use of Junkrat's Riptire in quick or competitive play. Now, Junkrat's ultimate ability has the potential to be completely devastating to the enemy team. It's a giant bomb that travels extremely quickly, can climb up walls, lasts for 10 seconds, and does up to 600 splash damage in a 10-meter radius. Now, while this might seem pretty straightforward, using Junkrat's Riptire effectively can be a little bit more challenging than you might think. That being said, I have 6 tips that I hope are going to make unlocking this achievement a lot easier for you, as well as make you a better Junkrat player in general. Now, I don't want this video to be too long, so let's just jump right into it. Tip number 1. Hide in a good spot when you're using Junkrat's ultimate. It totally sucks to explode your Riptire only to find that you've been killed and now you're in the respawn room. This sort of goes hand in hand with tip 2, which is to use your ultimate when you're in the enemy's flank. Taking a little bit of time to find a good hiding spot behind where the enemy's gathering on, let's say, a control point, and then using your Riptire serves 2 purposes. 1, it drastically increases the chances that you're going to get multiple elims, because they won't necessarily be expecting attack from behind, and so you're going to kind of catch them with their pants down. And 2, it vastly decreases the chances that your Riptire will be destroyed before you can blow it up. Again, because using it from behind makes it less likely to be seen. Tip number 3 is to use your ultimate during the final push. Now, I don't mean to save the first ult that you get through the whole match and then try and use it at the end. What I do mean is that if you already have one built and there's maybe 30 seconds or so left in the match, try and hold off from using it until there's maybe 10 seconds or less, or even if it gets into overtime, because that's when the majority of the enemy team are going to be flooding onto the point or onto the payload. Tip number 4, don't be afraid to use your ultimate ability from a higher vantage point. I see a lot of Junkrat players who don't seem to understand that they can use their concussion mines to boost themselves up to higher spots. These aren't just good places to use your ultimate, these are just good Junkrat spots in general to fire down upon the enemy. Now, don't get me wrong, using your Riptire from ground level, or even when you're in the middle of a fight with enemies all around you, can be very effective, but this can be kind of risky because you're already in the line of sight of them. It makes it easier for you to get flashbanged or get killed, or have your Riptire immediately destroyed. Using it from higher ground gives you the advantage of enemies not necessarily knowing where that Riptire's coming from. You also can use the Riptire's ability to climb walls to get to those higher spots if you've already activated the ult. Tip number 5 is to try and avoid tanks. Now, obviously during regular gameplay, when you're not going for the achievement, you may want to use your Riptire specifically to target a tank. But while you're going for the trophy or achievement, I would recommend avoiding those tanks. I can't tell you how many times I would get 3 eliminations plus a D.Va DMAC, and obviously DMACing a D.Va does not count as a kill, and so that would not count for the achievement. Similarly, Roadhog is a pretty beastly dude, especially since they buffed him and he takes like 50% less damage when he's healing. He's pretty hard to kill with the Riptire, and also Reinhardt can throw up his shield, Zarya has her bubbles, so as I said, if you're going for the achievement, try and avoid the tanks whenever you can. My final tip, tip number 6, is the most important, and that is to wait to detonate. That's right, wait to detonate. I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but hopefully it'll help you remember it. It's very important during just regular gameplay, but especially while you're going for this achievement, to wait to detonate. I can't tell you how many times I've seen Junkrat players lob their Riptire into a group of enemies only to get too excited and blow it up too early and only get the first 1 or 2 people that are close to the Riptire. It has a 10-meter radius, so if you have to drive it past the first couple people in order to get it in the center of the group, do that. It's going to be worth the risk. And there is a risk because the further you go into the enemy group, the more likely it is that your Riptire will be destroyed. But without risk, there cannot be reward. So please remember, wait to detonate. If you've been struggling to get this achievement, stick with it. You will get it eventually. It took me quite a while, but once I started implementing the tips that I've just told you, it became a lot easier for me. I hope that this guide helped you, and if it did, go ahead and leave it a big thumbs up. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if this guide helped you, and of course, go ahead and subscribe. We're trying to hit our first 100 subscribers on this channel. We're so close, and we'd really appreciate you joining this small community. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next video.